Now, they say it's never too late to start planning for your retirement. And probably the most important factor when thinking about your old age is how far your money is going to go 20 or 30 years from now. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to work out that living somewhere cheap makes more sense than living somewhere expensive. So we sent Susan Yu to Malaysia to find out why scores of expats are moving there to find their place in the sun.
It's a tough sell right now. Asian countries are struggling to attract visitors in the face of a global economic downturn and growing security concerns. And many are using parades like these to try to show what they call their true colors.
Generally, people lump the whole Southeast Asia together with Indonesia for what has happened. The government has been very consistent in taking safety measures even before the September 11, before the Bali attack.
Malaysia has been on a global PR blitz with a clear message. The country is a safe destination for foreigners.
We are also being very aggressive for agents and media from all over the world to come and see for themselves the truth and the beauty and the safety aspects of our country, because we believe that seeing is believing.
And this is what Malaysia wants foreigners to know.
To this corner of the world came people from the Malay archipelago.
The official religion may be Islam, but Malaysia's constitution guarantees the multi-ethnic population freedom to practice various faiths. There's a high standard of living, leisure activities, and cultural diversity. The government also boasts a low crime rate here and affordable health care. In short, officials say it's not only a great place to visit, it's also a great place to retire. Malaysia's Silver Hair program to attract foreign pensioners has been in place since 1987, but few were interested because of the bureaucracy involved in the application process. Another stumbling block was the requirement for a local sponsor. The government overhauled the program in the year 2000, making the application simpler, doing away with the sponsor requirement.
For those people who is 45 and above, any nationalities except for Israel and Serbia can apply for this program, on which they can stay in Malaysia for 1 year, provided they have an income of monthly income of $2,200 US, or a fixed deposit of $38,000 US if they are with a spouse, or $22,000 US if they are single.
The program targets relatively wealthy pensioners to bring in hard currency into the country's economy. Those who enroll are not allowed to work, but they can live in Malaysia as permanent tourists who are subjected to a nominal tax. American Leslie Armstrong is one of the more than 1,000 foreigners who've retired to Malaysia. What were the attractions?
The attractions, number one, I would say, would be the cost of living. The fact that on much less money, a person can live a good and a reasonable lifestyle. Also, the people are very nice. The diversity of the culture is something that I'm used to.
And how did his family take the news of his retirement in a faraway country?
Not well.
Why?
It's so unusual.
The Seattle native says the only downside of living in Malaysia is not being able to find clothes that fit him. Other than that, it's a tailor-made scheme for Armstrong and, officials say, many others.
How many people are actually enrolled in the program, and roughly where are they from?
All right. From Europe, we have United Kingdom. There are about 200 people participating in the program. From Singapore, around 400. From the People's Republic of China, around 150. And the next biggest number is Taiwan, easily around 120 people.
Malaysian officials have been surprised to discover that the country's colonial past has also become one of the major attractions. The majority of those who've decided to spend their twilight years in the country are from the United Kingdom.
The government says its British colonial history and being a Commonwealth member are a big plus. Having a population that can speak English is another attraction. And officials say don't forget the number of championship golf courses in Malaysia. C.S. Wong gives us a tour of one of them. Wong is the executive director of Country Heights Development. It's one of many private property companies that caters to foreign retirees with sales of its luxury homes.
Where are most of your foreign clients from?
Okay, I would say they are from the United Kingdom. Basically because formerly we were under the British colonialism, and many of them have heard about Malaysia. And some of them, they were here when they were young and they decided to come back again.
In the 1980s, Britain's John and Janet FLEXMAN used to live in Sarawak, where John was a pilot. But the couple from southwest England never dreamed they would be pensioners here until they learned about the scheme in Britain by chance.
Just picked up the Sunday newspaper, leafing through, and we were looking for a place to retire, and I was actually looking at the travel and supplements, but we came across this article and thought, wow.
That was 2 years ago on a chilly day in Britain, a place the couple didn't consider an option for retirement.
Well, UK is all right if you're working, got a job to get you through the winter, but if you're retired, I mean, what do you do in the winter? I mean, sit at home in front of a fire is about all I can think of. We're outdoor people, but we've been in the tropics so long, we just don't like being out in the cold and wet.
So tropical weather was a plus, and so was getting more mileage out of their pensions.
Well, what we can have here, we couldn't in UK because it would cost us 2 or 3 times as much. So it's a lot cheaper here.
Well, we can do that as well.
Today, the couple are designing and building their own house in Malacca.
Well, I wouldn't like to be teeing along here, would you?
These Hong Kongers might follow the FLEXMAN's footsteps.
Would you ever consider retiring outside of Hong Kong?
Oh, absolutely. Hong Kong is just too expensive. And not enough golf courses for us. We'd like to come to Malaysia where there's 260 golf courses, nice hotels, nice apartments.
Malaysia's Silver Hair program is proving to be a golden opportunity for old-timers from abroad. Many say they're definitely getting more for their money than they would at home, and retirement becomes all the sweeter, knowing the biggest challenge for golf fans at least is working on their handicap under the equatorial sun.